Breaking news, we will start jailing Nigerians for cursing government officials, others on social media. This is from the police. The police will start clamping down on Nigerians who rain curses on government officials and others on social media platforms, threatening to prosecute and jail them. The force headquarters issued the warning on Friday prohibiting Nigerians from cursing officials, abusing, cursing officials. Chief spokesman Muyiwa Adejobi, in a statement on Twitter on Friday, said raining direct curses on someone online is cyberbullying. You hear them? Raining direct curses on someone online is cyberbullying, not expression of freedom or criticism. And cyberbullying, which is even different from defamation, is a criminal offense and punishable. Be guided. So Nigerians, you have heard it from the police force that if you rain curses on your politicians, on Tinubu or anybody, they will start clamping down on those that abuse the government officials. This is another system of authoritarianism. So my issue with the police, Ppro, I think Muyiwa Adejobi, is that you put out a law, you didn't give us reference. Some lawyers came out on Twitter and they put the reference where the law says that if you insult and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Another lawyer came out and said this particular law that this police person is quoting has been repealed. That means it is no longer in fashion. It is no longer in place. You know, I said it in, I spoke to somebody, I told the person that Nigerians are largely ignorant, ignoramus, and illiterate. And the elite, the politicians, they know so, that Nigerians are easy to be swayed left or right. They don't know their right. They can't, even if they know their right, they are afraid to stand and defend their right. Somebody asked me a question. Since the Inspector General of Police said that police should not stop and search, should not check phones and everything, he asked me this question. What if you are going on the road and the police now stop you and you refuse, you reject, you refuse the police from searching you, and the police wants to carry out violence on you? What should you do? Should you defend yourself? Should you seize the gun from the police? Should you whatever? I told the person that, see, what God gave us as human beings is self-defense. I cannot sit down one place and a police will bring out a gun because he has taken paraga and ogogoro and want to shoot me. You shoot me, maybe I'm dead. Then he comes with an excuse that it is accidental discharge. Me, I no agree for that one. No, I don't want to know. I will defend myself so that I will not die. I will be alive. You know, most of these things that are happening, the law that some of these guys are quoting, the ones that they are supposed to obey, they will not obey. The things that they are supposed to treat, they will not treat. They will be looking for laws that they will quote so as to handicap you, censor you. This is another type of censoring, so that people will not express their anger against politicians, especially politicians, Nigerian politicians, which are the worst set of in the world. So if somebody abuses a politician now, it is a crime different from cyberbullying. Sorry, it is cyberbullying and a crime different from defamation. Wow. And these people are people that went to school. These people are people that are professionals. Professional police. The other time they went for a retreat somewhere abroad and I saw him and his pictures. This same man made a different statement, which I'm going to post and you're going to watch. He made a different statement to show you that these guys, most of them, they say one thing and mean something else. So if I say Nigerian politicians or somebody like Buhari is a hypocrite, is an insult, then it is a crime. I've committed a crime. That's what he said. It is criminal offense and it's punishable. So if you know this is punishable, when you are making such statement, and he is the Ppro spokesperson, chief police spokesperson, somebody of that caliber in that office, if you are making such statement, you should bring out, as you are posting it, you post a link to the law that quotes that. We discovered from another lawyer that that law itself is repealed. That means it is no longer in fashion. So he knows that Nigerians are largely illiterate. So he will bring a law that is no longer in fashion to shut down Nigerians so that Nigerians would not abuse politicians. Even in the United States that practice democracy, that brought democracy, they are abusing politicians. If he wants to do that, because I see some of these guys are pandering towards the APC. They are APC, like lawyer Adejobi said. He said, INEC, the police, the judiciary, they are all politicians now. I don't know what political party the police belongs to. Even the APC guys, they are the ones that raise curses on people more than every other person if they are going political. Look at the Ppro. Look at what has been said about Ppro. He's a fraud, is this and that and that and that. So if they are trying to gag the Nigerian people from holding the politicians accountable, they should remember that if the police now is a political wing of the APC supporters are also doing the same thing that they want to gag and arrest people for. When you look at reaction, somebody says, how about jailing fraudulent government officials like Yakubu Mohammed and the man who used 2 billion vans loaded with cash, which we saw in his compound on a day before the 2019 presidential election? When asked about it, he said they missed the road to his compound. How about focusing on politicians that are making life hard for the people, that is even making the people want to rain curses on them? You look at all these corrupt politicians. You don't quote law to stop them from being corrupt, but it is the Nigerian people that you people are focused on. We see the handwriting on the wall. We see the body language, and much more. We understand what is going on with this current administration. Everybody is being bought. Everybody is being put in line to sustain the 8 years of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I've said it before, the legacy that these people are putting up, you put up this legacy, is a very bad precedent. The legacy the APC under Tinubu is putting up is the legacy of lawlessness, disregard, state capture. Somebody else that is going to come after Tinubu will do worse than Tinubu, because he will learn that, okay, this guy was able to put the senators in his pocket, the House of Rep members in his pocket, judiciary in his pocket, the police in his pocket, everybody in his pocket. I can't do more. When the PDP were in power, they didn't do like this. They were not even as brazen, as corrupt like this. But you see what the police is doing, a whole police force. Are they the ones that is he the one that is supposed? Okay, if he wants to make Nigeria understand, if they really are concerned about Nigerians keeping to the law, can't they form a symposium whereby they invite lawyers, they invite legal institutions to interpret this law and tell the Nigerian people? For instance, now if I sit down here, a video, I call on the press, I call on the police align with lawyers or legal institutions, they come and they make the Nigerian people understand that insulting people, they explain it. They have conversation around it. People ask questions, but you just come online and tweet. If you do this one online, they will arrest you. Is that a way of policing? Don't our Nigerian police understand what policing actually means? Policing is much more than what these guys are doing. Disgracing the Nigerian police every now and then. Those that have set up the foundation, the standard of policing in Nigeria, they are just destroying their legacy. Everybody is just rampant. The IG the other time said, don't search this one, you don't have the right to search, you don't have the right to do this, you don't have the right to do that. But yet the police, they know, will go against that directive, and they will not punish the police for going against that directive. But it is the Nigerian people that they are focused on. Nowadays, this is Christmas, December. Some police are setting up checkpoints that was stopped by an IG of police. You see police go and mount the same checkpoint. And the reason why they mount the checkpoint is just to extort people. Because an average policeman will be praying, oh God, help me. Today, let me catch one Yahoo boy. Let me seize somebody that will just... They are there for you to fall short of the law. They are not praying that you obey the law. The police are going around looking for people that will go against the law so that they can do whatever they can do with them, take advantage of them. When you go on the street and look at these checkpoints, stay in one side and watch them for a very long time. You see on social media videos of police officers extorting people. And these people in power, they know this for a very long time, and they have not been able to root out the corrupt elements, because most of the time they are part of the criminality, of the corruption in the policing system. And when a corrupt person is in power, he doesn't answer to anybody. A corrupt person is in power. Can he fight corruption? Because can he fight himself? That's the problem. The same Olumiwa Adejobi, he said, this is one of the tweets he said, mere words of mouth do not constitute any offense. Take note, please. Let's read the law. There are decided cases on this assertion, even many popular cases that one can cite here. The same person that said insulting somebody is criminal, is a crime. He's one that is saying mere words of mouth do not constitute any offense. Why confusing? We know that Nigerians are already confused. Why confusing Nigerian people the more? Man, Nigerians need to go through psychiatric. Man, they need to go for checkup. The mental instability of Nigerians, the way these leaders and those that are in power, in position and offices, the way they are playing with the mentality of Nigerians, it's beyond. Man, this is too bad. And somebody will look at it and will think it's the law. People will be afraid to hold politicians accountable because that is what these people want to achieve. Put fear in your mind so that you cannot hold your leaders accountable. They are not concerned about good governance. They are always concerned about what the people will say. They are concerned about whether the people will protest. They just want people to just fold their hands while these politicians met all sort of sufferings on them. They are not concerned about upholding the rule of law when it comes to these thieving politicians. They are not concerned, but they are concerned about the reactions of Nigerians. They are quick to quote the law. They are quick to say this is what the law says. When it comes to Nigerians reacting to the pain and suffering meted on them from these politicians. Now, human rights lawyer Inibehe Effiong has challenged this spokesperson, police spokesperson, Muyiwa Adejobi, to cite any law that criminalizes insults in the country. The police spokesperson has already tweeted that yes, insult is a criminal offense and is punishable. Now, the lawyer described Adejobi's statement as ridiculous and without any legal justification. That's what he said. The lawyer stated that the position of the police is unconstitutional, adding that the offense is an invention of the police which is not supported by any Nigerian law. Effiong wrote, the fact that this very ridiculous opinion is from the spokesperson of the primary law enforcement agency in Nigeria says a lot about the decadence of our institutions. To be clear, raining curses on someone is not a criminal offense. And I challenge the police force Ppro to cite any law that supports this statement. By virtue of section 36 subsection 12 of the Nigerian Constitution, for an act or omission to be termed a crime, it must be expressly and specifically defined as such under a written law. This force Ppro has a history of inventing imagery offenses from his head. Also, causes do not constitute threat to the life of the person that is caused. Causes do not have effect or value in the eyes of the law for the simple reason that they are premised on superstition. So if you are abusing somebody, the law, if I'm a spiritual person now and I do a spiritual incantation, you can say it is I'm abusing, it is causes. So the law does not look at superstition or at best the supernatural forces. For example, telling someone it shall not be well with you is a prayer. Prayer can be positive or negative. Wishing someone evil is also not a matter for legal redress. I can go on and on to say all these things about, but I know that until Nigerians rise up, damn any consequences, rescue your country, it's only in the hands of Nigerians. If you leave it to these people are being appointed by politicians. An IG of police is being appointed by corrupt politicians. The same corrupt politicians are the ones that appoint heads of institutions. Tinubu will be appointing. Do you think that Tinubu will appoint somebody that will not bow to his tune? People that don't consider the law, people that have history of all sort of things they have done in the past. Do you think that the same people they are appointed, do you think that the same people will uphold the law? Do you think that the same people will not defend their paymasters? My brother, as a Nigerian, you need to think twice. The system has to be changed. In another news, Dele Farotimi has been released on bail, 30 million naira bond, 2 sureties. One of the sureties shall be a house owner. The defendant, that is, shall submit his passport, he shall not grant any media interview. The court will seize Dele Farotimi's passport, and the most crazy one there is that he shall not grant any media interview. That is what you get from a justice system in Nigeria. You see, I tell you that the system is rigged against the people. The system is always against the people. It will never favor you, no matter what. If like let Buhari has the best of intentions, if you like let Ppro become president that has the best of intentions, if you like let Tinubu do all his best, there are different agendas, there are different interests, and the system has made it so. It is a society, a class society, the rich and the poor. If you speak up against them, they mobilize their boys and they hit you. Only Dele Farotimi, different lawyers from the same, I think, chambers, law firm, different lawyers that are affiliated to Afe Babalola were going to different places and filing cases against him just because the man wrote a book. You allowed this man defend himself, but they had to wait until they arrest him and confine him before they go to court. Normally, if he has defended you, you serve him the court, you go to court. But yet they waited for him to be arrested and detained before they now instituted the court, whatever and everything. And this man is being shut up by the legacy, the judiciary that we have in Nigeria today. If you have been in court, you have been running court cases, you understand that the corruption is too deep. And somebody is bold enough to come out and say there's corruption in this system. You are looking for evidence up and down. I've told you, if you have an encounter with the police can destroy evidence and ask you where is the evidence. They can destroy evidence in your front and ask you where is evidence. If not for social media, most things will have been denied by the police and every other person. A video evidence is what will cripple them. But when they know that you might not really have that evidence, video or whatever, that maybe if you are there and they do it in your eyes, kuro, and they know that there's nothing you can admit in court as evidence, they will tell you go and get evidence. I'm not saying that they should be lawless, but why not allow this guy express himself? But you are just moving him from one place to the other. This one, I think 50 million, 30 million. You are making sure, man, doing things like kangaroo. And do you think that as you are doing this, people are not watching? People know who is on the right. I will never listen to any APC person. Whatever APC person say, I know that they are supporting evil. People know who is on the right. At the end of the day, all of us go collect if we don't put our hands together and change the system.